Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of creatnprocess. In today's video, we'll look at how you can create a pattern text effect in Adobe Illustrator. This is another text effect tutorial where we'll be applying a pattern to your text, and this design is very simple to create. In the previous video, we have seen how you can create a flip text effect using very simple options. We have created out some amazing text effect using the flip options. So in this tutorial, we'll be creating out this amazing text designs. So for this design, I'm going to use two different ways to create out this effect. The first way is using the symbol and the 3D Extrude Bevel option, and that way we can create out all these effects to your text. And the second way is using the appearance panel. We can create out similar design. The only limitation is that we can't get two patterns to it. Over here, as you can see, we can add multiple number of patterns to your text, but for over here you can give only one, that is black and white strip. So that's the only thing that you can do using the appearance panel. But overall, if you check it out, we have given the same style. And the last thing I want to talk about this one, where we can apply any pattern to it. For example, for this design, I have used the custom made a pattern. So I have converted them into symbol and then applied it using 3D Extrude Bevel option. So in the same way, we can use the pattern from the library and then convert them into symbol and then apply it to your text. So it's very simple and very easy to follow. So let's begin with the designing process. So the first thing we're gonna create is these first ones. So as you can see, it has got two surfaces. The first one has got two surfaces, and these two surfaces has got two different patterns. In the same way, for edge also, we got one pattern over here, and we have applied the second pattern in this curved surface. In the same way, for also, we got two surfaces. But as we go along over here, 1 and B, you can see we got three surfaces, so we have to apply three pattern to it. In the same way, B also, we got this one, then this one, two, and then this one inner. So we have given 1, 2 similar patterns, and for the inner one we have given different pattern to just give that different dynamic look. Now if you come to 8 and 9, you can see it's very complex. It has got multiple number of surfaces. So over here, 1, 2, 3, 4 surfaces are there. So we have given these two are different and these two inner different. And in the same way, if we check out 9, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surfaces. So as you can see, the following design is very simple. We have used the same steps, but as the number of surfaces increases, your number of steps got increased, but it's the repetition of the steps. So let's check out how you can create this effect. So let's say you want to create this 7. So you can use the font, but as you can see, 7 is very easy to create. So I'm going to use the pen tool and just draw out 7. So click, and then 1 over here, and just click and make a curve like this. Now I'm going to give a stroke color. So let's give it a stroke color, change it to black. And now for this, I'm going to give a very thin stroke. So let's select this, and I'm going to give 0.1. So over here, stroke thickness 0.1 pixel, and this is our 7. Now the first thing we're going to do is to create out this pattern, and it's very simple to create. I'm going to use the rectangle tool and just draw out a rectangle like this. Let's apply black color to it. Now we're gonna create a duplicate of it like this, and I'm gonna create this into white, right? And this one, with the Alt press, I'll create one more duplicate and place it somewhere there, and Command D, duplicate it, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 strip of white and 3 strip of black. 1, 2, 3, this is good. So this is the first one, and for the second one, I'm going to create this. So I'll just create a duplicate of it for now, and then I'll just reduce the spacing. So let's say I want to just push it up a little bit around here, giving that thickness, and we'll create another duplicate of it like this, right? And what we can do is I'll just increase this thickness until here. So we got that 3 strips of white in between, and now I'm just try to balance the spacing. So with the shift press, I'm just making sure that the spacing is quite like linear. And now once you are done with the design, let's convert this into symbols. So I'm going to open this symbol over here and just click, drag, drop, and I'll just name it anything. Okay. In the same way, click, drag, drop, and just random name, click OK. So our symbol is also ready over here. Now let's apply to our text. So this is the 7. Let's go to Effect, 3D, Extrude Bevel option, and now review it. and you can see your text got a linear thickness. As our stroke is very thin, you can see you get a very thin depth, and I'll just increase the depth over here, and I'll just do some rotation of the angle and just a little bit of tilt, something like this, and let's increase the thickness, right? That, and I'll just make a little bit of tilt just to give that little perspective look over here. Once you are done with the angle of rotations, you can go to map art and just select the surface where you want to apply it. So let's select this. So this is the surface, so I'm going to apply this one. So let's go to here, and you can see all the symbols I have created over here. So this one is the symbol I want to apply to it, right? And I'll just make geometry invisible just to see this pattern, and you can just scale it to fit. This will fit it properly. And as you can see, I have placed the symbol in the horizontal way, and that way we easily get that pattern very easily. Suppose if it was vertical, your design will be something like this. Let's say this one is vertical, right? So I'm going to place this one, let's say this one. So you can see you can't scale it to fit. It will give you a different look. So you have to do is you have to manually rotate it, and then and then set the rotation and the scaling. So as I have created this in horizontal way, you can directly click it and it's already there, scale it to fit, and it's done. Now let's go to the other surface. Just go there, and this is the top surface. I'm going to select this one. So I'll go over here and select this, and here we go. It's applied directly and scale it to fit, and done. And click OK. So it's very simple to create. And as you can see, the top surface has got very less surface. So I'm going to do is I'm going to select the selection tool, and let's just increase the length over here, and this will give you that some length, interesting length over there. So, and after that, again, you can go to appearance, go to 3 Extrude Bevel option, and go to map art, preview it, and just select the surface where you want to do the adjustment, this one, and scale it to fit, and done. So here is our first text, which is 7, and it was very easy to create. Now let's say you want to create this edge. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you how you can use text or fonts to create this effect. So let's type out edge. So let's say edge. Okay, and now I'll just scale up the size, right? So let's scale up the size a little bit, like that, and let's choose a nice cursive font for this. So let's go over here and just search for the font which you want to use for your design. So I'll just go in there and just keep searching for the font which I want for this tutorial. So we got some interesting font over here. So this one is Go Print. So I like this font. What I'll do is I'll just go to object and expand this, right? And once you are expanded, we'll just we need some one stroke, like thin stroke. So I'm going to choose which surface I want. You want the top surface or the lower surface. So for this design, I think the top surface is great. So I'm going to select the scissor tool now and give one cut around here and the other cut somewhere around here, right? And now I'll go in there, select this, and delete this out. Select this, and I'll just change the stroke color. So this one, we got edge over here nicely. Now we'll do some adjustments over here. As you can see, we did some correction over here. So let's do it. So first of all, let's select the pen tool. I'll just delete out the unwanted anchor points over here, right? That. So we'll do the tweaking. So die selection tool, select the points, make a little nice curve movement, and over here as well I'll just select this, and or if you feel that this point is extra, select that and delete it out. And this one, just make it extension and just make a little bit more curve. And here we go, we got that nice font edge which we have extracted from the font, and we got a thin stroke line in the shape of edge. Now I'm going to reduce the stroke thickness to 0.1 pixel, and now we'll go to effect, 3D Extrude Bevel option, and preview it. And here we go, we got that same effect. I'll just do some adjustment with the rotation of the 3D view. So just click and make sure you're giving some similar something like this, and I'll just increase the thickness as per my requirement, right? And I think this looks great. And now I'll go to map art, invisible geometry, and we'll select the surfaces. So this one is the top surface, right? So I'm going to select that, and let's go other surface as well, and this is the second surface. So first and the second, so that's all, 2 surfaces for this. And for the first surface, I'm going to select this, and you can see this is the parallel one, so I'm going to select this one. Yep, it's already applied nicely, scale it to fit, and it's done. The second surface, this one, I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to scale it to fit, and done. And it was so easy and very simple to create, right? And this is edge, right? So after that, once you are happy with that, what you can do is we can just go object, expand appearance, right? And you can scale up the size. In the same way, I'm going to select this object, expand appearance, and then scale up the size. And this is the design we have created. In the same way, we have created this O as well, which has got 2 surfaces, but I'm going to show you this one, 3 surfaces. So let's say you want to create this 3 surface one. So I'm going to select the pen tool and just click this one, click, then this one, and then this one, right? So we got this one, 1, 2, 3, and let's do some tweaking. I'm going to give some stroke color to this, so let's say black, right? And now using the die selection tool, select this, and let's use the anchor point tool. So go here, select the anchor point tool, click, and make a curve, something like this. So yep, so we got a curved surface and 2 straight surfaces. Now selecting this, we'll go to here and reduce the stroke thickness to 0.1, okay? And now go to Effect, 3D, Extrude Bevel option, and preview it. Let's do the same adjustments, this one, and a little bit of lower perspective like that, and I'll give some thickness, something around like this, and go to map art, invisible, select the surface, right? Select the surface. So we got lower surface. I'm going to put some this one, right? And scale to fit. Go here, this one surface, front one. So I'm going to select this and scale to fit, right? And then again, I'll go over here. This is the top surface. So I'm going to select the top surface. Where is it? This one is the top surface. So for this, I'm going to give it a different one. So this one, and scale to fit, and done. So it was so easy. 3 surfaces, and it's done in an instant. So for the B as well, this one, let's create this. So if you want to create something similar to this, what you can do is you can directly just select a rectangle tool and just draw the rectangle, something like this, right? And then fill it up with some color for now. And what we'll do is we will select 3 corners of it. So using the die selection tool, select these 3 corners, 2, 3, and click the circular icons and drag and this will give you that one pointed corner and the rest circular. And now I'll just change the stroke color, something like this, right? And now we'll use the scissor tool, right? And just make a cut around here and one around here. And this will separate out this section. So selecting that, delete it out. And this one, what we can do over here is let's select this one, and I'll just delete this out. So this one is curved body, and this one I'll expand it to top. So select this point and click, and with a shift press, just bring it up. And here we go. We got the B as well. I'll just increase the size a little bit, and I'll just place it somewhere around here. And now let's go to stroke thickness to 0.1, right? And go to Effect, 3D, Extrude Bevel option. As you can see, the design is a little curved and straight, so it will give it some amazing look like this, right? And let's increase the thickness. Just click OK for now. And if you see, the length is quite less, so we need to increase the length a little bit. So just click, increase it to around this much. I'll just bring this design somewhere around here just to see what's happening over there. And now we can just tweak it. So click and just make it a little longer. Yep, that's looking great. And now I'll go to again appearance over here, and if you don't find it over here, go to Windows and appearance like that, and go to 3D Extrude Bevel option again, preview it, adjust the angle of rotation a little bit, increase the thickness as per your requirement, something like that, and go to map art, invisible, and now let's select the surfaces. So this one is one surface, and this one is the second surface. So this will be the, let's say, outer, and this one is inner. So we got 3 surfaces, 1, 2, 3. So let's apply it. So first surface, I'm going to apply this one, parallel one, and scale to fit. For the second surface also, let's say this is the outer one. So I'm going to select this one as well and scale to fit. Okay. And let's say the inner surface, I'll choose this and scale it to fit. Okay, so this one is the outer one, so let's exchange it. So I'm going to place this one, and this one I'll just scale it to fit, and this one will change it to inner one like that, and scale it to fit, and done. So as you can see, very simple, just knowing that which surface is where. So if you want to give this one, we have given that the outer, this one, over here we got two surfaces, inner and outer. So on the outer surface I have applied this parallel one, and on the inner surface I have applied this narrow pattern. And in the same way we got this 8 and 9, but here you can see we got lots of surfaces, but it's very simple once you got the hang of your technique. So let's say you want to create this. I'm going to use the circle tool and just draw a circle, something like this, and I'll just create a duplicate of it, right, and place it somewhere around here, selecting both, and I'll go to Pathfinder and combine them. Now we'll go to Effect, 3D, Extrude Bevel option here, or make the rotation, increase the thickness, something like that. Okay, and once you are done, like go to Map Art, Invisible, let's select the surface. So this one is the lower one, let's say this is outer one, so let's apply it. I'll select this one for outer and scale it to fit, and this one also, let's say I'm applying an outer one, scale it to fit. Now we got this one. So and let's say this is inner one, so I'm going to apply the inner one, right, and scale to fit. I'm going to again select this, and let's say this is the inner one, so let's select this one and scale it to fit. So we got our selection correctly, so we got that design in the inside. This one also, I'm sure this is the inside surface, so if you apply it, it will be applied perfectly. And now let's create this 9 one, and for this 9 I'm going to use the text, so it's very simple. Let's select the text, type 9, okay, scale up the size and choose a font for this 9. So let's choose something similar to this. So okay, let's select this. I'll just scale up the size a little bit, okay, and now the first step we're going to do is to expand it, okay, and now double click inside, select this, delete it out, and we got one surface. So now I'm just change it to stroke color, something like that, and let's reduce the stroke thickness, so 0.1, and I'll go to Effect, 3D Extrude Bevel option, right, preview it. Let's rotate the angle of rotation and the extrude depth, just to give some interesting effect, right, and a little bit of angle. Now I'll go to Map Art, and okay, before this I want to show you one step over here. So okay, I'll just cancel everything, and as you can see, if I select this, you can see there are lots of points, and this might give you some different look to your design. So what you can do is, if you have a design, if you have a font where you can see the edges have got, or the stroke have got multiple number of points, you can reduce it. So I'll go to Object, Path, Simplify, and how we simplify, if you just play around with the curve precision and the angle threshold, you can reduce the number. As you can see, this shape is same, but the number of points, the number of anchor points has got reduced to very low. So this is the original one, this is the previous one. So if I move around here, you can see by reducing to 0, it lost its shape. So I'm just going to keep it around this much. Using the curve precision, you can increase or decrease the number of anchor points as per your requirement. So let's say if you reduce it very low, you can see the shape has got disfigured. So I'm going to give the minimum number of anchor points as well, in a way that the shape is also maintained. So I think this is great, and I'll create okay. So we got this text now. Now go to Effect, 3D Extrude Bevel option, and over here preview, go to Map Art, Invisible, and let's select the surface. And if you select the surface, you can see we got some interesting. And before that, let's so I'm gonna just keep it something like that, increase the stroke thickness, okay, and go to Map Art, Invisible, select the surface, this one, and let's say this is the inner one. So I'm going to apply the inner one and scale to fit, right? Let's go to the other surface. This is the bottom, so we got this is the outer surface. So I'm going to apply this and scale to fit, right? Outer surface. Then again, this is outer one, select this, scale to fit. Again, select this is the outer one, this, scale to fit, and let's say this is the inner surface. So I'm going to apply this one and scale to fit. And if I check out now, wow, it's done exactly perfectly. So all the lines are aligned perfectly. The inner surface has got that interesting design, and this one. So this is the first way where you can use the symbol, and you have created that custom design, use the symbol and apply 3D Extrude Bevel option to create out this amazing text effect. Now let's say you want to apply a different pattern. Let's say you want to use the pattern library and create out the same effect by applying a different pattern to your text. So let's say you want to apply it to this one. Let's say this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the pattern. So let's select a rectangle tool and draw out a rectangle, something like this, right? Okay. And now I'm going to fill it up with something color, right? And now I'll go to swatches and go to here, open swatches library, here patterns, and basic graphic pattern. I'm going to use basic graphic lines. You can use dots, texture, anything, but for this design I like the lines one. So I'm going to just open that, and over here, as you can see, let's apply some patterns over here. So there's one parallel one, there's this. So I'm going to choose some interesting design which we can see very easily in when you apply it. So yep, this one design is there. I'll create one more duplicate, and I'm going to place another design as well. So let's choose something. Okay, right. Okay, so I think this one and this one. And now I'm going to reduce the size of the border. So let's increase it. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to give something around this much, and I'll just again click it just to make sure it's properly balanced. Just make it a little bit enlarged, and done. So this one. And this one, I'll just reduce it something around this much strips, let's say. And I'll just click and make sure it's properly balanced out right there. Okay, so once you got that basic idea of your design, I'll just expand them both. So object, expand appearance, great. Object, expand, okay. And I'll go over here and just click on divide, and this will divide each of the surfaces. Now I'll go in there and just delete out all the unwanted surfaces, and for this I think this looks great. So I'm going to do is I'm going to just make it horizontal. As you can see, we have previously done it in a horizontal way, and it was very simple and easy to create. Now this is in one group, so I'm going to Command X, outside, Command V, and we need some background white color. So I'm going to select the rectangle tool, draw the rectangle white, and arrange it to back. Yep, in the same way we'll be creating this. So I'll just scale this up a little bit and just make it a little bit short or something like that. And I'll just draw out one more white background, filling up the background area, something like that. And now once you're done with this, as you can see, we have created this design from the swatches library, the patterns from the library, and it's not I have used only 2, but you can use any of the patterns from here, or you can use this let's say go to swatches and go over here and patterns and dots. So we got some dots as well, so you can use any of these. So right now I'm going to use this. I'm going to open the symbol, just click, drag and drop. Okay, so we got that. In the same way, select these, drag and drop, and click OK. So here you go, we got that. Now let's apply to your design. This is the 7 which we have created using the 3D Extrude Bevel option. What we can do is go to appearance here, right, go to 3D Extrude Bevel option, preview, map art, and here you can select the surfaces. So here let's choose the surface which you have created, this one, right, scale to fit, and here we go. Here you got the freedom to place this one or new one. So I'll place this new one, and let's choose the second surface, this one, and I'm going to select this one and scale to fit. So that was the first way, the first technique to create out your amazing pattern design, where you can use the custom or you can use the swatch library patterns. Now let's say see the second way you can create this, and this one has got some limitations. as you can see, we can't add more than one patterns to your design, so it's singular one and it should be black and white. So let's try to create this. So let's say you want to create this. I'll just place this somewhere around here, and I'm going to use the star tool and just click over here, give it 5 and click OK. And I'll just scale this up a little bit and make a rotation just to make it something like this. And first thing we're going to do is to increase the stroke thickness. So I'm going to increase the stroke thickness to 2 pixels, right? 2 pixels is great. Now go to appearance panel, and here I will select this, right? And we'll go to effects, transform, distort transform, and go to transform and click on that and preview it, and we'll give some horizontal and vertical moves. So let's give one and one around here, and then I'll increase this copies. So over here I'll just set the direction -1, and this one on the upside -1 pixel. So, and now I'll just increase the number of copies. So I'll keep it around, let's say 15, right? And click OK. And now as you can see, there is something off. What we can do is I'll just go back and go to effect 3D rotate and do some rotation just to give some perspective look to your star. So something like this, right? And once you're given that, click OK, and now go to the stroke, and we'll go apply the transform option. Go to transform, preview it, and -1 and -1, and number of copies to 15. So let's increase it to 15, right? And click OK. Now I'll just create one more duplicate of it, and we'll change the color to white. And for this, I'll go to transform and set the number of copies to 30. So it's a double number, right? Now I'll just select these two, create a duplicate of it, and for this one I'll change the number to 45. So multiplication of 15, that is 45, and click OK. For the white as well, we'll be changing the transform. So I'll go here, 45 plus 15 is 60, and click OK. And last one, I'll add one more black, so just to complete the design. So I'll just place this on the bottom and transform, and 60 and 75. So 75 and click OK. So here we go. We have created that star, and it's looking great. So as you can see, the techniques were very simple. We have followed only two techniques. The first one was creating a pattern, converting them into symbol, and applying it using the 3D Extrude Bevel option to the text. And in that only, we have seen you can use the pattern library, create a pattern, convert them into symbol, and apply it to your text using 3D Extrude Bevel option. And last one was this one, using the appearance panel, and it was very simple, where you got limitations, but you can achieve the look and feel of your design. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial coming up, where we'll be talking more about other text effect designs and tutorials. If you haven't checked out our previous 2 tutorials on text effect, please do find the link in the description. Thank you.